Oh shit. Alright, well, yeah. Get a couple people in here. And we're going to turn a little bit of sketchy stuff. I'm not going to stay out here all day because my wife had to work Thanksgiving. We're doing our Thanksgiving dinner here shortly. But I promised y'all I'd try not to miss any more Sundays. Let's get a couple more folks in here and get on with the getting on. As I promised, I got some sketchy stuff here. This is a big, gnarly chunk of flaming box elder. And I'm going to try to take advantage of all these voids in this rough up here, knock out some of this punky stuff, but make an actual live formed or live edged hollowed vase. It's got a couple cracks in it, but I don't think it's going to affect us that much. And if we can knock that out super quick, we are going to make a pin and take advantage of these threading tools that I got. Damn, Jamie, I hope it's all right, buddy. So, let's get at it here. What's up? What's up, two dudes? Got my heater blowing on me. Toasty up here in Casa Damn de Water. Joseph, today we are turning this big gnarly chunk of flaming box elder that's got all this rough live edge on it, some inclusions, a crack or two. I'm going to try to make this in like a tapered style Greek vase, but incorporate this crazy ass hollowed out chunk up here and all the defects of the wood. Try to anyways. Could get real wild ass sketchy. Boondock, you alright, brother? I ain't gonna put your business out there, but I'm reading the messages as they pop up, dude. If you need anything, you let me know, man. Coming in hot. Guys are just tuning in here. This is a big, crazy gnarly chunk ass of flaming box elder. Still got the live edge on it, some bark inclusions and all that. After I made that last jar that sold, by the way, I want to do this, but I want to like make the bottom half of it like clean line sculpted glass finish. But I want to incorporate this live edge up in here into the vase, like best of both worlds, make it look like it's emerging from raw wood. Or a perfectly good vase is starting to erode over time. So that's what I want to do, and that's what we're going to do with it. So let's get at it. What's up, Chase? How's it going, brother? Partner in crime is in the board, my I know we're not round because I'm watching the ghost line. I'm listening to it. We're still cutting a lot of air. So starting to round off a little bit. You can see some of the collar waving through it there. Pretty cool. Tighten this up just a tad bit so it don't come off and yeet in my face. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Consider becoming a member. We're working on this because I got to do some stuff with my family, but I will go over my sponsors and everything here in a minute. Other than that, have fun. I'm glad to have y'all here on a Sunday. Big shout out to Ryan from 77 Rockets. He broke that 40,000 mark. On his way to 50. Turned a badass resin bowl last night. He's blown up. I'm not even that. Let me go away though. People trying to run a damn live stream. Can't even compliment the guy. He wants to get all mushy and shit and take me to prom. Dumbass. Okay. We gotta come over here and round out this side, which not really gonna be that big of a deal. We're mainly cutting out punky wood. But I want to keep this red that goes all the way up the edge of this, and as much of this outer live edge as I can. I should be able to keep all, I don't know, have about a 2.25 inch top on it. But now we got to get real aggressive like, not aggressive, but take this flat edge out here. Thing has a big crazy grain orientation because I think this is honestly part of the root, so it's going to be hit and miss when I really work on it. But the mold gouge fucks hard. Wood cutting, air cutting at the end of that. What we got here for I go too deep? Oh yeah, we still got plenty of room to dick off in there. That's a beautiful thing right there. You got the wrong corn. Shit. My wife, I got the wrong corn. Wood turner, decent. Husband, corn getter, mediocre at best. guys get a chance to watch it, go back, check out Jeff's live from earlier. Kind of pay tribute to Phil Anderson. Really big turner. I guess he having some health issues or something, kind of wrapping it up. But Jeff done a tribute to the guy today, and not gonna lie, kind of teared up just a little bit because I've been watching that guy since I kind of like started. Stream will shotgun that shit in your face. $665 in here. Hit the damn like button, y'all. We're at 60 likes. We're gonna let this dry a little bit before we start cutting here. I want to remove this flat piece up here, and then we can actually start sculpting it because we'll see what we'll have to work with. But good news is I think I'm gonna be able to keep the majority of this back here, which is what I wanted. Yes, I do woodworking. 736 in here. Hit the button, damn it. Let's go. Come back over to my round. Get this. I wasn't getting as much tear out with this punky stuff over here. And I want to try to keep as much of that as I can. But damn them ribbons with the bull grouts look badass, I ain't gonna lie. Fuck yeah, boys. It's almost out. Do have a little bit of a crack there. I don't like that, but hopefully we'll be able to sculpt that out. I'm not one for pouring CA glue and stuff, but a pinch of fucking sawdust and rubber in there real good. We'll give it a shot. Never know, might fly apart and bash me in the face. Make a bow and arrow. I have made a bow and arrow, several actually. If you guys want, I'll post pictures of those to my post on here if that's something you're interested in. Hell, I don't care to do a live build of one. See what we got here. Yep, we're down into the punky stuff, but I've still managed to keep all the red and the inclusions here that I wanted, which will ultimately be just a pain in the ass trying to deal with those, but I think we'll be all right. This is still hooked to a worm screw, so I'm going to taper down this end enough to make me a good tenon. And then I'll put it in the tenon and remove the worm screw. And we'll start working on this end up here because I'm going to have to hit this with a mortising bit, or I'm sorry, a Forstner bit to hollow it out. And I'll probably have to do a little bit of stabilization right here on this punky stuff. Eat brick, what the hell? put me a little bit of a dovetail in there. This is already kind of soft wood. I don't want to give it any reason to fly off and hammer fuck my face for any matter. Okay, I'll back this up just a little bit. What's up, Mr. Phone? I don't do a lot of tenon work. You guys have been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know that. I do a lot of mortising stuff. So just for my own peace of mind, put some CA glue around this tenon. Maybe strengthen it up and keep it from collapsing on itself. One of my biggest fears about working with a tenon. That I'm kind of worried about. 1,070 in here. Hell yeah, hit the like button, y'all. Come on, let's go. Let a dude know what you're thinking about him. The face is very important, yes. Please hit the like, subscribe button. Let me know you're into this kind of stuff. We've got a good group of community here. A bunch of dudes and chicks that are really into turning. Some of them are probably some of the best turners I ever seen. You got Jeff from 2 Minute Tips for Wood Turners. That guy's a badass if there ever was one. Oh, look at her. She's turning pretty and shit, boys. Okay, so I am going to, I think it would only be the smart thing to do to bring the tailstock back into this, like so. Shape this down a little bit and get it set up to where I can put the BM wood tools on there and stabilize it. I think that would be like the only logical thing to do without blowing my face off. Man, I hope your kid gets to feeling better, Mike. Everybody go check out Mike Roberts' channel too. So also Joseph the Carpenter, Dan. They all got badass channels, dude. They're all a good group of dudes. Turn this down so it doesn't yeet off and bust me in the melon. Now I got some speed on her. I can do some work. Man, you never do that, brother. I appreciate the hell out of it. 1,031 in here. Hell yeah, y'all. I'm going to move the camera a little bit so y'all can see exactly what's going on. I'm going to taper down the bottom part of this vase put like a little bit of a step and a stem right here. And then we are going to have to stabilize this a little bit. I'm almost positive of it. But we're going to curve the top end just a tad, which is going to be a pain in the ass to shape out. And then we're going to hollow this out. And then I'm going to go in here and I want to pick out all this inclusion so you kind of get that rotted texture to it. But in the meantime, ooh, look at them ribbons. Get me a spindle gouge here. There's one of them. So, take this, put one right there, one right there, one right there. Mask is done, we'll plug that in. Right there for a minute. 1197, hell yeah, I'll take it, boys and girls. Didn't want to do that. Let's see what we got here shape-wise. 1,276. Hell yeah, y'all. Come on, hit that like button. Like and subscribe. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so this has got to be smoothed out down here a little bit bottom, but I have established the cut that I want here. 1.42 watching me get taped in the screen. Hell yeah. All right, so before we go up here and get all crazy in this, I'm going to CA glue on the outside of this. Kind of need to do that. I'm not a big fan of using CA glue on stuff to stabilize it. I've seen it go wrong a lot. But I do want this punky ass wood in here for some reason, even though it's going against everything that I believe in. A lot of CA glue, holy shit. While we're waiting on this shit to be not as monotonous, how's the weather where y'all are at? We're getting ready to get hammered with some snow down here, I believe. Say it's not going to be too bad. Say it's going to be pretty bad. I don't know. I'm not a real big fan of snow anyways. It's cold, shit's wet, and damn, you're going to be higher than the stoner on campus. Dude, this shit, it's pumping. I'm telling you, it's some potent-ass glue. Why, we're waiting on this drive. We're waiting on this to dry. Y'all, thank you so much for coming and checking this out. Please like, subscribe. If you really like what you're seeing, consider becoming a member. I do a monthly giveaway. Ours will be coming up, I believe, next week. Joseph the Carpenter was the last one to get one for me. Real happy to get him one. He's been one of the long-time members. Please check out my sponsors. Got Wood LLC, phenomenal dude. If you work any kind of wood or anything like that, check him out. I think his Black Friday sale's over, or today might be the last day. Check him out. Use the code WHACKER, get you a discount. Other than that, check out some of the other turners in here and the channels in here. You got Michael Wilson, you got Ben Winkle, you got 77 Rockets, you got like Jeff from 2 Minute Tips for Wood Turners, Timber Designs, all of them damn good dudes. You got Big Mex or Big Dog Woodworking, sorry about that. You really got to check them out, man. You got to check them out. Amangaletti Spara Sapara, I don't know what you're saying, bro, but if you want to pronounce that shit a little bit different, I'll check it out for you. Glad you like it, Joseph. But yeah, consider becoming a member, all that cool stuff. Let me, cool. Give that about another 30 seconds, and then we'll jump right back into it. Why does it smoke? Because it is CA glued. It's a chemical reaction between the wood and the, can't pronounce the damn word, hold on. Cyanocrylate. Dries it real quick. The drying agent in it will actually conduct heat. It's so hot or so potent. Yeah. Check out Chase. I forgot about Chase. Chance. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of excited to see it. There was like over $1,000 in here for a little bit. I don't have a whole lot of wood, or I don't have a whole lot of abrasive paste left, but by God, you can bet it's going on here. All right, we're going to get this, and I want to taper this just a little bit more from here into here, roll the edge, and then we're going to start working on this nonsense on the inside of it. If I can anchor that down to a flat spot to where I get a Forstner bit in there, it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier. 1,555. Hell yeah. Show your boy some love. Yeah, we're dry. All right. Got a little bit of a bump right there. I don't have a scraper yet. I'm gonna real soon, like. So that kind of comes into play. Unfortunately, I gotta use a modified skew as a scraper. Not too crazy, but enough to make your butthole pucker once you get inside there. All right, so $19. Come on, y'all. Tell Daddy you like him. Hit that subscribe button. I'd love to make it to 10K by the end of the year. I think it's a hefty goal, but doable. Dan, that's all I use, man. I'm still using Harbor Freight SKUs and stuff like that. I just modify them a little bit to get the job done that I need to get done. Ain't no shame in that game, dude. You work with what you got with. Flatten that base out, and then I want to put a rolled edge around the bottom. It's kind of my thing. I do that on all of them. I don't know why. It's probably some kind of weird obsessive compulsive disorder, but I do her. So it's going to have to be sanded down here, of course. And then we're going to have to put the tool rest on here and work on this end enough for me to get a Forstner bit in there without mangling everything. But I think this one has actually got a lot of potential, and I don't want to speed through this one. So we might not do the pin today. I think I'm going to dedicate the whole amount of time that I've allotted myself out here to this, but I want to do it right. As I said in my last live stream, I've been trying to challenge myself more and do like more technical and complex builds. And I think this is a pretty damn complex build. Mr. Wilson, I hope your kid's okay, man. Keep me informed, please. We're going to kick this bad boy in reverse, turn it on, turn the speed up a little bit. Before we end up taking, oh damn, that looks pretty as hell. This is an ugly piece of wood that we're putting like a little bit of life into, and I'm tickled with it. I don't know if you caught on to that yet or not. Before we take this off here, we are going to taper this down a little bit in between these two beads that I got. We're not going to leave that just like that. But yeah, it looks pretty. What's up, Jeff? I was talking mad shit about you earlier, dude. Oh, it's gonna get sketchy for sure, Dan. Alright, let's see what I'm working with here, what I got. This is most definitely gonna get some sketchiness going on in here. But we kind of like sketchy around here, don't we? Once again, when I put the CA glue in here, I'm not trying to glue the damn blank together. I'm just stabilizing some of this punkier wood that's in here. I don't want y'all to think that I'm the type of guy that try to hold an entire blank together with this much CA glue. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done some shit before, but this ain't it. We're going to put you there. Slide this back here for a minute. And get this trusty fella right here. Jeff has came right at the right time to dole out the information that could possibly save my life. That's why we like Jeff. That's one of the reasons why we like Jeff. That's not the only reason why we like Jeff. But between Jeff and Moyoc, they've kept old Dad alive on a couple different occasions. Yeah. Okay. Crank this down. Turn the speed down. Put her back in drive. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take this off here for a minute. Remove the tailstock for just a second. Set it down here out of the way. Get everything lined up. Move my camera around here where y'all can see what's going on. I don't want all 2,000 of y'all to be left out. I'd feel like a straight jackass on that one, ain't gonna lie. All right, so the only thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come in, we're gonna cut a flat surface for that forge new to engage with, and then we're gonna drill out to probably about down in here, and then we're gonna very carefully, and hopefully not disastrously, sculpt this inside. So let's give that a shot. Get my big ass bowl gouge here, which will probably be just catastrophic. I think we're going to start off with this. Down just a tad bit. One, two, three. Jeff, don't know exactly what you're doing there, but by God, I'll roll with it. You said it has to be true. That's a little loose right there because it's punky, but it's still anchored in there pretty good. It'll probably come out once we start drilling in there. So, yeah. Food for thought, I reckon. welcome to Jackass. All right. So that red is absolutely beautiful in there. It swirls through this whole knotty, nasty ass growth. I think it's about time to chuck the Forstner up to her. Make sure she's on low speed, which I'm pretty sure she is, because I've been watching Jeff's videos, and apparently turning on slow speeds is the way to go for most things. Spur for a minute. It's gonna be some sketchy shit. Doo-da, doo-da. Speed's all the way down. Kinda, yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, that got in there pretty deep, like. Amen to that. Yeah, it's the stabilizer helped out a lot, so I'm not really going to complain a whole bunch on that. I am, however, dealing with a lifelong dilemma. I'm about out of depth to give, you know what I mean? Not even that hot. Hell yeah. Pretty sure. There you are, bitches. We're gonna sawdust in my hole. Alright, we're gonna try to extend this out as much as we can. Really don't do this a lot with the Jacobs like this, but it's gonna be a straight pain in the ass trying to waller that out any deeper. Set this over here. Back it up a little bit so it doesn't just hammer it in there. Crank this over. That'll give us about another inch and a half of depth, which kind of right where we want to be in that ballpark. Oh, yeah. The big sawdust poopy. we are, check for depth here. Got about another inch until we get where we need to be. And fuck it, let's send it home. That was stupid, the water. Okay. Awesome. The nose of my chuck was able to just slide inside that hole, so great. Okay. Now we got to kind of round this off in here. This is stable for the most part. This is stable. That's not. I can see it flexing a little bit, but that's a piece of bark. It's what we were wanting to come out of it. So take this out. Move this out of the way a little bit. This is going to put me in a real weird angle. Stabilize this a little bit more. We'll shape the outside of it. After we take care of the inside, we got to bevel off these inside edges and give this a rounded bottom. I got 300 likes in here. I think that's a record for old Dad. All right. So, I'm not going to get wild with this with some damn bowl gouge right now because, let's face it, I'm not there in life. Move this out the way real quick like. And I want to dance on this inside edge with the corner of this. I know it sounds stupid and counterintuitive, but you have to be careful right here because we're all used to spinning like this and catching wind with our gouges and everything like that. But when you're coming in from this direction and you're catching wind right through here, you got a higher potential for breaking this lip off, and we want to save that. That's part of the aesthetic up here. So we really want to say that. Sketchy cell. So I am now going to take a bigger tool and work on the inside of this. Not at that angle though. You gotta flip it and reverse and do it. Batter up. It's a deep heifer. If I can establish the thickness on this outside rim right here, I can do the inside of this with my gooseneck, which is kind of like what I'm working on a little bit. I've also still got to taper out the outside a little bit, so we really don't have a whole lot further to go on the thickness of this. Okay, now we can get out the gooseneck and we can start working on the inside of this here, which is big ass relief to me because that's, boy, is that sketchier than hell. A couple of these sandpapers here in a minute. Let's get inside here, and we're going to back this up so the flat will have something to rest on. We're going to start doing some work. Not in that direction now. big hands. Okay, so we rounded off the bottom. Yeah, rounded off. A little bit of work I need to do on that wall back there. We've managed to keep this on here, which I am completely impressed by. I guess whenever we start shape on the outside, I'm going to have to alternate this into different spots to stabilize it because we don't really have anything to... I don't know. The quill on my tailstock might extend all the way down there. It's got a 4-inch extension on it, so we might be able to do something with that. I don't know. But I want to clean up the inside a little bit, and we're not going to be going a whole lot further than that with the inside. Still got a little bit of a lip right there from where I was doing my cuts earlier. I got to take care of that. I'll flip this over to reverse so I can fade that in. Turn it off for a minute. Fairly solid, fairly solid. Do something stupid, which pretty much how I roll on a daily basis. Sandpaper, rip that bitch in half. You got the straightest wall here. Gotta rig something up for the inside of it. There's no way in hell I'm putting my little meat hooks around that hole. Getting all ingenuitive and stuff. That could have been the best 2-minute fix I've ever done. Yeah, probably need to get some dowels or make some dowels whenever I'm not, on here. But yes, Jeff, you're 100% right. All right. Loosen this heifer up a little bit. Come on, Billy Jack, work with Daddy. Keep your fingers crossed that I got enough depth to get down here to the bottom of this thing to stabilize it. And we'll sculpt the outside real quick. What I am going to do to keep from digging that point in there, this might seem kind of stupid, but this is free spinning as well, and it don't have a point that's going to mar the hell out of the bottom of that after I just went there and tried to shave that off. Yeah, I know there's probably like 30 or 40 better tools to do this with. Okay. Tighten that up. Put this in drive, turn the speed down, pray she don't blow up. I think I'll be able to sculpt the rest of it with that. I just gotta be careful up here on this end. Before I start doing dumb shit, let's see if I got some battery on the box. All right, try to make this pretty. Damn it. Trying not to do that. Still got the live edge in there, but not the way I wanted it. Son bitch. I was wanting to keep that overhang. I knew it was sketchy from the beginning because it was kind of like super punky, but we can still work with this, I reckon. Is that punky enough to break off on my ass too? Of course it is. Oh yeah. Alright. So we're going to shape this back down, and then we're going to hit it with the sander. Damn it, I was really wanting that overhang. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a top-down gig, but the wood on this is very soft. I mean, she's punky. You can still see in some spots. This is just gonna be a really careful kind of turning. So come down here and work on this a little bit, and we'll sand it up. Try to sand out some of this. Scared the fuck out of myself. Why not? Yeah, the top turned out alright. I was just really wanting that inclusion in there, man. I guess that always gives us something to work for next time, I reckon. Alright, that just that noise alone is getting on my nerves. I'm going to retire that son of a bitch all the way. $402 likes, hell yeah. Shit we look like. Oh, she definitely needs some love, but we've managed to keep all that craziness in there, and I guess I'm tickled for that. Not real tickled about the way it went down, but yeah, damn it, Billy. I'm not leaving that just chunky in there. I said it before when I started, I wanted to look piece of art was coming out of it. That off of the skew a little bit. That looks much better in there now. This CA glue that's still right here on the surface of it, that is going to affect the way that the finish goes on here. So unfortunately I have to go in here and do a little bit more sanding on here to remove like a good bit of this. Brush sanders are only about $30 for a set and makes great crisp. Yeah, I'll probably have to ask her for those. If you guys haven't, please like and subscribe. Helps the channel out tremendously. If you like what you see, consider becoming a member. That helps me out tremendously. And while you're at it, sorry, I can't multitask. Check out the other channels on here. Bunch of good dudes, wood turners, woodworkers. Nobody's ego tripping but Jeff, but we keep him medicated, so he's not that bad. Actually, Jeff's probably one of the most coolest down-to-earth dudes you can meet. And I've learned a lot from Jeff. So, there's that. That looks a lot better. Do need to clean that up down there though, where I done a little bit of work at the bottom. Put the last of our undercuts in there so we get that double round clef at the bottom. Gives it that drop off and that wave. Undercut that just a little bit. Sandy, sand. Okay. Do the last bit of sanding here on the bottom, and then we're going to finish this heifer off. All right, unfortunately for me, I do have this terrible thing to where I like to put burnish lines and stuff to throw accents. I don't think that a couple burnish lines down here at the bottom will take away from the chaos that we got up here, because this is actually really, really cool. But I am going to put burnish lines along the clefts that I cut in there. This out now. First burnish line. Those three. I got two. Right there. Right there. Right there. I really want to fuck around like this and find out, but I feel like I'm going to have to. Got to make a shelf for that wire to sit on, or it won't burn against the horizontal surface. There we go. Right, I'm going to bring it all over here. Just a wee bit. I think it is time to put some grease on this heifer. By grease, we're going to hit it with a little bit of friction paste to start with. And then we're going to put our basic shine juice on it. And I might hit it with some wax after that. Sorry, should have said something. I moved it early, man. You know I'm a people pleaser. Now, even though it's not over, I will say that this piece has 100% been a challenge from the beginning to the end. Holy hell. Alright, turn the speed down. If you call it art, it doubles in price. Nah. Hoping that the shellac base in this will help with the sealing of this over a long time, you know what I mean? Penetrate, boys. Penetrate like a Catholic locker room. I love you, Jeff. All right, we're gonna back this up. I'm gonna shoot some of this goop in the hole. Yeah, I just said that. I'm not gonna fucking do it like that. Thank you. All right, so not gonna lie, I'm kind of like disheartened where I don't have that that overhang and that inclusion. I was really wanting that. Oh. Come on, y'all. 50 more likes. I'll be sitting at 500. That'd be a big ass first for me. Kelly, I'm not ignoring you. If you go to Facebook, go to groups, and go to The Whacking Shack, the same as the channel here. I will gladly talk numbers with you. I do ship and everything, but I don't think I can legally sell anything on YouTube service without them kind of getting salty about it. It's nothing personal, I promise. But yes, I do sell them and everything like that. So what we look like here. Ooh, gotta get that wax up out there. I know that for sure. I have to heat that up a little bit so it'll melt. Isn't that big of a deal. Just so you guys know, I done this entire thing in low gear. Go to Facebook groups. It's The Whacking Shack. Logo look like that. WHACKING. Do. Where the hell did my toothbrush go? There's a toothbrush right there. And the burnishing. What's up, soldier? How's it going, brother? Alright, let me part this thing off here and we'll be sitting pretty. I'm gonna go in the house and smash off some turkey. before this fragile little yint flies off here and ruins my entire day. Bring that tailstock up. We only got about another ½ inch to go before we cut through the middle of this. Get my saw out here, and then we'll start doing the removal process of it. We'll get on with getting on. There is my saw. Over there, like a dumbass. Didn't want that to fly down into that. Right. Have to clean up the bottom, but looks kind of gnarly. I get it. Yeah, can't find. Go under. It's whacking, not wagging. Whacking, like you whack something with a hammer. All right, so there it is. Here's the live edge of it. Could have been better. Yes. Was it a challenge? Yes, a big one. But I managed to keep the majority of the live edge in there like I was wanting, and it's got the crazy coloring of the reds and the spalting and all that stuff like that. And the punky part of it didn't fly apart like we thought it was going to. Inside of it's got the colors that carries through, all that. With the sand off the bottom of it and set my coin in it. A couple burnish lines in it to make it look like the bottom. It was like actually a legit thing at one time, and then it turned into that over time. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I guess it might be an art piece. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't drink anything out of it. Oh gosh. So y'all need to hook a brother up with like 31 more likes. It's about time for me to go inside and smash off my Thanksgiving dinner with my wife. She worked on Thanksgiving, so we're doing ours today. But I want to come out here and hang out with you guys for a little bit because I try to make Sunday spundays a constant thing. Oh, yes. Big congrats to Ryan on his 40K. Boy blew it out of the water. We knew he was going to do it. We just didn't know exactly when he was going to do it. And he came and delivered, man. He set it up. So, big congrats to Ryan. If anybody deserves it, it's him. He puts a lot into this. And when I say a lot into this, he puts a whole hell of a lot into this. Please check out the other... Damn, that's coming down. Please check out the other channels on here. Like as all these guys in here. My wife just messaged me, so it's time to eat. Hells yeah, I'm going to go smash off some turkey and ham. I'm a big boy, so you know I can do it. Other than that, thank each and every one of y'all for coming. Thank you for the 470 likes. That's a record for me. I really wish we could break the 500, but the wife is calling. I got to go smash off the food. Check out my sponsors, Fine by Tool for the FL1221. Their link's in the description. If not, I'll have it up here. Check out Brad at Gotwood, turningblanks.net. Dude is amazing. That's exclusively who I deal with now for all my exotic lumbers and everything like that. Other than that, check out the other channels. Peace. I love y'all. God bless. I'm out.